Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shaira and I post planner and lettering videos on this channel. So today I have another plan with me for y'all, and I am using this gorgeous fall kit from Letters to Apollo. It's a 4-page kit that's foiled. It was super cool because the bottom left there, the headers were actually cut off, or off cut I guess, but Jessica, the owner, already included like a fix for the headers. I thought that was really awesome. Instead of having like your customers kind of reach out to you when there's problems, she's super proactive with just stuff like that. So I found that really amazing. I have never used a kit from Letters to Apollo before. This is my first time, but the foiling is gorgeous and the overall kit format is something I really enjoy because there's a lot of like unique shapes in it. It isn't just your standard like squared boxes or like rounded off boxes or anything like that. There's a lot of like other shapes like flags and all that. But yeah, if you've never bought from Letters to Apollo, I highly recommend it. Jessica specializes in hand lettered and foiled stickers, so there's a lot of hand lettered stuff that she has that I know a lot of people use as like script stickers, and then she also does a lot of foiling, especially if it's hand lettered foiled. Amazing. But yeah, so her kits are amazing. Highly recommend kind of checking her shop out if you're not familiar with it yet, but I'm pretty sure most of you have already seen her shop around. But anyways, right now I am planning a week in November, so I'm getting there slowly catching up, and definitely trying to edit a little bit more often than I am doing right now, especially because the week that I'm like planning in this spread just feels like forever ago, and I can't wait to get to just a week that's not like ages ago at this point, that I still kind of can remember what happened. So when I was actually filming this spread, it was already maybe like almost a month after this point. I caught up to planning, which I've probably mentioned this before in a previous video, but I caught up with filming a lot over Thanksgiving week just because I had pretty much the entire week off. It was really awesome to just recharge, and it was a great time for me to kind of just catch up on my hobbies and try new ones. So that was just something that I did a little bit at that point. But yeah, super excited to just catch up, and I know I'll probably keep saying that until I officially just catch up. But anyways, this week that I'm planning is actually the first week of November, and if you recall, that is actually the time during the elections in the United States. It was kind of funny because I didn't realize until I was starting to plan Saturday that I actually forgot to mark election day. I totally forgot because I had mailed in my ballot weeks prior, just because obviously like I mailed it in, and so like deadlines and stuff like that. So when the day itself came, I think when I was just documenting what I did those days, I totally just zoned out and forgot to put it down. But yeah, once I got to Saturday, I did realize that obviously, because if you recall, that was the day when it was announced that Joe Biden was the projected winner, that I totally remembered that like, hey, I want to mark election day on Tuesday. So I had to move a couple of things around. But yeah, this was such a roller coaster of emotions of a week. And it was a while back, which is so crazy because it feels like this was ages ago, literally, just because I feel like so much has happened after. But obviously really happy of the outcome, that at least I feel like there was such a collective like sigh of relief from a bunch of people of just like, okay, we can finally breathe. Things are changing and there's a lot more work to be done. But it's just the feeling of like, wow, like things are changing and things are heading towards a direction that feels a lot more, I guess, morally right, I guess, is one of the first things I think about. I have struggled to record this voiceover just because this is one like over a month ago at this point now, and just like the emotions that I felt during this week were so strong, and I'm sure a lot of you felt the same way. But like just the feeling of this week like has me at a loss of words, because obviously like first half was just so stressful, just like checking election results every few hours, and just kind of the collective stress of like, why is it this close? It really shouldn't be like this. And I totally felt like I was just in like my whole California bubble of like, I see all these liberals and like this is not how the world is or this country is or something like that. But I think even not just like Americans in the US, but like collectively, I feel like the world, even like people just watching on like what is going on in the United States, there was just this whole collective feeling of just like, wow, we did it, and things are slowly changing, and there's definitely a little bit more hope for the future. But anyways, going into my plan with me, I got a little bit of structure in there just because the kit itself did have a foiled, I guess I was going to say glitter, but they're not. They're foiled confetti headers, and so I did kind of bring them in. I love the colors of this kit. It's just so like neutral and kind of earthy, and then the overall style is just like, I don't know, I really like this style in general. I don't know how to describe it. It's very like nouveau. I don't know what to describe it as, but like I just really like it. It's like a nice spin to like fashion girls. Not that I don't like your average fashion girls. Obviously, I use a lot of kits like that, but in general, it's just really refreshing to kind of use different kit styles or art styles every so often. I also generally really enjoyed this kit because there was a lot of, I don't know if I mentioned this already, just because like I said, I had to re-record this voiceover a couple of times for my own sanity because I wanted to get all my thoughts out, and I keep rambling even right now. But I really liked that the kit had a bunch of elements that weren't just like squared off boxes. One thing I also got to do a little bit more was bring in more of my like foiled deco pieces. So one reason that I've realized I don't use them as much as I want to, even though now I am building up more of this like collection of foiled stickers, is that back then my my sticker organization worked for me, where I just had one section in like a box with like dividers for foiled deco, because back then I didn't care about like, okay, I'm just gonna mix all my metals, use rose gold with this, use silver with this, even though the kit might be a completely different color or something like that. And I still do occasionally do that, but I feel like now I try to actually use the colors that I want to a little bit more, just because my collection has grown a little bit more. So I am rethinking like how to organize my stickers, just because I feel like I don't use them because I don't see them super often, and then when I do try, it's just like digging through this whole mess of like a mix of different stickers in all like foil colors. But yeah, so anyways, the reason I totally remembered that the election even happened during this week was, so on Saturday obviously was the day that they were that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were proclaimed as president and vice president elect. Obviously such a great day, but we were in LA because we had to go to an appointment there, and we had to get stopped on our way home because there was a full-on caravan of just a bunch of people like parading pretty much and just celebrating just like all the results, and just like, I don't know, I just felt this like I was so taken aback by emotions that like I was literally sobbing in the car, just like sitting there waiting for us to be able to like drive off home. But like it was just so surreal, and kind of I just felt so overcome by emotion at that point, to just see a bunch of people just like parading, like both in cars and like walking on the streets, holding signs, just like celebrating, honking and everything. That, I don't know, it was just such a uniting feeling, and it just brought a lot of hope to my heart. I don't know, I totally have rambled on this whole voiceover, but obviously this was such an emotional week, not just for myself, especially for other people in different situations than me. But so here are the leftovers in this spread from the kit. I feel kind of thrown off by just like all the rambling that I've done. I feel like normally I run out of things to talk about, but anyways, yeah, so here is a quick viv wiggle of the spread. There is a good amount of foil in here, so I definitely wanted to like show that off in the end. Oh my gosh, so pretty. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed watching this plan with me, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.